I love a good open world game, and Far Cry 5 is a pretty good one. The goal is to rescue your friends who've been captured by a crazy cult run by some crazy people called the Seed family. This game has so much to do that after I killed just one of the seeds, I felt like I'd beaten the whole game. I mean, I was messing around the area I liberated for hours before I even remembered I had 3 more seeds to hunt down. There's a lot to unpack in this game, but in the interest of time, I just wanted to make a couple of bullet points of interest before we get on to the really big, meaty, goody bits that made Far Cry 5 stand out to me. First of all, I enjoyed the heck out of traveling. It's a big game, and there are a lot of fun ways to get around. You can drive in cars, planes, helicopters. You can also zip line, and you got a wingsuit and a parachute. Combat is very cathartic, also. It's pretty fun to play all stealthy with a bow and arrow and what have you, but it's also fun to just charge in with rocket launchers, and both are pretty rewarding. Polk County is the name of the fictional Montana county that the game is set, and it's got a lot going on despite the cult ruining everyone's lives. There's a lot of collectibles and side missions to check out. Each one's pretty unique, and most of them are a little bit crazy. One that sticks out is there was a movie director in the mountains, and he wanted you to kill a bunch of cultists because they were making too much noise and he couldn't finish his film. Also, there was one of those collector missions where there's a cook out in the middle of the forest, and he wants you to run over some deer with a truck, see if you can make roadkill burgers or something. I also really love the clutch Nixon Runs, which are a bunch of stunt driving challenges that are scattered all over the map, and I love them. They were so much fun. So now that I gave you the appetizers, let's talk about the main dish. Each one of the Seed family has a third of the map as their territory, with the exception of their leader, Joseph, who just has a little island. You liberate each territory by destroying cult property and doing missions. Do enough damage and the area becomes an all-out war zone with fights between the cult and civilians all over the place. I could literally drive like 30 seconds down the road and there'd be another skirmish between cult and people. Once you inspire a little resistance with all your wanton mayhem, the Polk County starts to rise up and help you a lot in the open world. A lot of them will even go with you on missions. The follower system here is called Guns for Hire. You can find random NPCs to fight with you, or you can do missions and get some not-so-random NPCs. Whoever I have on my team, I just kind of let them do their own thing usually and draw some enemy fire away while I go ahead and complete the mission. The AI is fine, but the limited dialogue was a bit annoying at times and got extremely repetitive. Despite their limited vocabulary, the Guns for Hire were pretty fun. There was an outpost I was going to liberate, but rather than actually do anything myself, I just had my sniper girl shoot everyone who came running towards us. The villains here are some of the best in any game I've played. Whenever I had interactions with them, I usually came away feeling some kind of shock or horror, but, in a good way. Each member of the Seed family has their own personal kind of crazy that gets under your skin, and I absolutely love Joseph Seed. He is the craziest. On the other hand, though, Jacob Seed is the black sheep of the family in my book because, for many nitpicky reasons, the third of the game that he takes up was not as fun as the rest of it. Everyone else in the Seed family does the whole join us, and there's a bit of seduction and a bit of you're slowly going crazy too, but then Jacob over here is just, grungy and gross and not very charismatic. A bit of a letdown. Even the big showdown with him was not as fun as his siblings. Jacob was on a hill with a sniper rifle, and I was supposed to fight through some goons, get to the top, and kill him. But all I had to do was sneak around the backside, and if I hadn't missed him from 3 feet away, I would have blown his head off with no hassle. In contrast to that, the fight with Faith Seed took place during a drug-induced hallucination where she was shooting me with spirit lasers or something. That was much more fun. The worst thing was when I was trying to take one of the outposts and the frame rate dropped hard. It was so bad that it was game-breaking, and this happened more than once. Once more, it only happened in Jacob's territory, of course. Yet another reason why he's the worst. Far Cry 5 is a great game and a crazy good time. I would have loved almost everything about it if it weren't for Jacob sucking half the fun out of the last third of it. But despite him, I still had a really good time, and it entertained me just enough to give Far Cry 5 a 7 out of 10. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.